Hi Mr. Lee, this is Hanis, your sports trainer. I'm calling to remind you of the day after tomorrow's balance assessment that we are going to do. So today is Wednesday, so it will be on Friday. So I'm calling 2 days in advance. There will be some pre-test considerations that you have to follow before the test for your safety and to ensure a successful assessment. First of which is that on the day itself, you should have ample rest, so please do not do exercise on Friday. Second is, 3 hours before the test at 11 AM, please do not have any alcohol, caffeine, tobacco, or any food in case that you might vomit during the test. Also, remember to stay hydrated throughout the day before the test and on the day itself. Another thing is your attire should be comfortable and appropriate for exercise. If you are on any medication, I will refer you to your physician to discontinue them, as it might affect your diagnosis. Finally, for your own safety, you may want to consider someone to pick you up after the assessment, should anything happen to you or if you are too tired. That's all you need to know for now, and I'll see you on Friday. Goodbye. Hi Mr. Lee, nice to see you again. Just to confirm, you followed all the pre-test considerations, right? Yeah. Okay, good. Before we begin, how are you feeling today? Wonderful. If at all during the test you feel unwell, please let me know. So today we are going to assess your balance with the dynamic and static test, which are the star excursion balance test and the stop test. I selected it because I believe it's most appropriate for the demands of table tennis, as an active 20-year-old and its unilateral aspects, as well as for your training. The other balance assessments are either not unilateral or they don't have the specificity to how rigorous table tennis is. I can see that you're properly attired, and have you been hydrating well? Yeah. I will take your heart rate and blood pressure to check whether any abnormalities or circulatory issues are present. Can you put your elbow on the table with your hand lying flat? So your resting heart rate is 65 beats per minute and your blood pressure is 110/70, both in the normal range according to the American Heart Association. Now I have to warn you that there are indications for terminating the test. If you feel any onset of angina or pain anywhere in the body, if you feel your heart rate rising too excessively, if you feel your heart rate not rising with intensity, changes in heart rhythm or lightheadedness, or that you are uncomfortable, you have every right to stop the test. Is that clear?
Yeah.
Are you ready to take the test?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Now here's the informed consent form stating that you understand your responsibility as a client to sound out any problems and that you consent and volunteer to taking the test and that you can withdraw anytime. If you're okay with that, please sign here. So if you're okay with everything, then you can begin the test. So follow me. So for the first test, the stop test, I will have to instruct you to maintain a position of standing on the ball of your foot without your shoes. I will be spotting you from the side, ensuring that you don't fall, and I will take the time that you can maintain this position before losing balance. Are you clear on this? The second test, the star excursion test, I will first have to take your leg length measurements. After that, there will be a grid on the floor with lines in different directions. What you will do is stand barefoot in the middle of that grid and to reach out with your other leg. You will then touch the floor the furthest you can without putting weight on the floor with your reaching leg. I will then take the distance of the directions and divide that by the distance of your leg length. Then multiply 100 to get a normalized distance. Are you clear on this? Yeah. So first, we have to do a warm-up. The first one is 3 sets of leg swings each. What you will do is with a straight leg, swing your leg forward until you feel a stretch in your hamstrings, and then swing your leg back until you feel a stretch in your hip flexors. Next is jumping jacks, 5 counts of 4. Okay, this is how you do it. Next exercise is arm circles, 3 sets of 10. First, you hold your arms out straight and move them in a circle forwards. So this is how you do a stop test. First, you remove your shoes and your socks. Place your non-supporting foot on the inside knee of your supporting leg. You place your hands on your hips. You raise your heel and balance on the ball of your foot. You do this for as long as you can before you lose your balance. The test will end when your hands come off the hips, when your supporting foot swivels or hops in any direction, when your supporting foot loses contact with the knee, or the heel of the supporting foot touches the floor. I will do a few more reps. Just some safety cues to follow. If you lose balance, please land on the other leg. Watch out for spraining your ankle while landing on the other foot. If anything happens, I'll be here supporting you with my arms out like this, supporting you in case you fall. Now you can try to do it. Remove your shoes and socks. Foot on the inside knee of your leg. Hands on the hips. Raise your heel and balance on the ball of your foot. I will give you 1 minute to practice this. So that was 1 minute. Now I will start the timer and assess your balance. So whenever you're ready, please do it on your right leg. I'll be behind supporting you. Hands on your hips, leg on the inside knee, and go. Okay, good job. That was the first round, now it's the second. Ready and go. Good job. Now on to the third one. Ready and go. Are you feeling okay?
Yeah.
Now we do it on the left leg. Whenever you're ready, Hands on the hips, leg on the inside knee. Ready and go. Next one, ready and go. Last one, the trial, ready and go. Are you feeling okay? Yeah, okay. So that was 3 trials. Now I will take that data and analyze it. So this is the star excursion test. First I will explain it to you. This is a grid on the ground with 8 different lines in 8 different directions with 45-degree increments. You will stand barefoot in the middle of the grid, balance on it while reaching out with your other leg. First, I have to measure your leg length. Please lie supine on the table with your feet hip width apart. So now I will measure the distance from your right anterior superior iliac spine to your right medial malleolus. But before I do this, can I have permission to palpate you? Yeah. Now I will do the other side. Now you can come off the table. Reach out to the furthest possible point in the anterior direction and all the other directions without putting weight on the reaching leg. I will then mark out the maximum distance with my pen and measure it. Let me show you a demonstration. So this is my demonstration. So just some safety cues to follow. If you lose your balance, please land on the other leg and watch out for spraining your ankle by landing on the other foot. If anything happens, I will be here spotting you with my arms out like this, spotting you in case you fall. So now it's your turn and I will mark out with my pen. You're doing a good job, Mr. Lee, but you put weight on that leg and you shouldn't do that. You should reach out without putting weight on your leg. Can you try that again? Good job, Mr. Lee. Now that you're done with that leg, we move on to the other leg. Now you're done with your right leg, and I will take a moment to measure all your right leg measurements. Now you're done with the left leg, I will take a moment to measure all your left leg measurements. Now that I'm done with your measurements, please follow me for the analysis of your results. So after the test, are you feeling okay? Yeah. Do you have any lightheadedness, dizziness, or any heart palpitations? No. Okay. Now I need to take your heart rate and blood pressure to check whether any abnormalities or circulatory issues are present. So can you please lay your arm on the table with your elbow on the table? So your resting heart rate is 65 beats per minute and your blood pressure is 110/70, both in the normal range according to the American Heart Association. So I've done the analysis of your results, and with the information that you are 20 years old and a male, for the stock test, you achieved an average of 2.66 seconds out of 3 attempts. However, I will take the highest out of the 3, which is 3 seconds. Now comparing it to the normalized data in a journal by Shell and Lillard Pippin in 1998 called Physical Fitness Assessment in Exercise and Sport Science, 3 is a poor score based on the data. To be below average, you'll be 10 seconds, which is 7 seconds away. Knowing that you'd like to be above average for your balance, this might be a big jump as it would mean an increase of 34 seconds. Based on this, there is a need to increase your balance ability, but to get above average would be a big jump, so we will aim to be average. For the STAR excursion balance test, the normalized data that I've calculated is against the length of your legs. The numbers that I've calculated are all shown here. Compared to normative data, which is from Advanced Fitness Assessment and Exercise Prescription by Hayward in 2010, all of them are above the average normalized distances, and by quite a big margin, meaning that your balance on the heel of your foot is above average. However, the result of your left leg in the lateral aspect is below average, so your left leg is weaker on the heel of your foot. And from the stock test, both of your legs are weak in the balance on the ball of your foot. Therefore, based on these results, I will give recommendations, which are to increase your muscular strength as it will help with balance. These are the exercises that are prescribed to you, and this is the training plan that I've written over the next 6 weeks. These are the strength exercises that I've prescribed for you, and you'll be doing them 3 times a week. I've also split them up into training session 1 and training session 2. These training sessions are then implemented into the training program, as you can see here. So if you follow these recommendations I've given you, you will improve on your balance, which will then ensure that you can keep up with your opponents during the table tennis matches and improve on your winning percentages. Good luck.